She saw, she skated, and she conquered. And to the victor go the spoils. This welcome home was just part of it. What a terrific sight it is. Good evening.
Our top story tonight, the triumphant return home for an Olympic gold medalist, Kathy Turner. As you can see, hundreds were at the airport waiting for her arrival. Friends, family, plenty of people from the media, and even a band.
What happened? What happened?
The support has just been wonderful. I just love you all, and I thank you so much. I can't believe this. I think this is still a dream. It's got to be a dream. Thank you so much. I don't want it to end, though. This is great. Thank you.
You recall Kathy won the gold for the 500-meter short track race on Saturday, and here is her photo finish of that race, just ahead of the skater from China. Kathy also won the silver medal earlier as part of the U.S. relay team at the Olympics in Albertville. Of course, Rich will have more about Kathy Turner later in sports.
One count of conspiracy. The prosecutor is calling for a stiff prison sentence. Rebecca LeClaire was at the federal building for Urlacher's conviction.
The former police chief hardly flinched when the judge read the guilty verdict. Many wondered what was going through his mind.
I really wasn't thinking of anything. I was just listening to what they had to say. As I say, it was very disappointing, so obviously some disappointment went through my mind.
Did he think about possibly going to prison?
Not particularly.
Why not?
Because, like I say, we worry about first things first, and the first thing is going to be to talk to the attorney and see where we go from here. I believed in our side, and I really felt that we were going to win the case.
But he did not win the case. The prosecutor says with a unanimous guilty verdict on 4 counts, there should be no doubt.
Just given the nature of the crime, his position of trust, not only in the police department but in this community, as the evidence in this case showed, he brutally violated that position of trust. And for that, it's the opinion, my opinion, and I think of the United States Attorney's opinion, that he should go to prison.
Urlacher faces a maximum sentence of 10 years for each of the 4 counts, plus a possible $250,000 fine. His family will certainly push for an appeal.
My dad's innocent and I love him. Are you angry as well? Very angry.
The strongest evidence against Urlacher came from his own mouth. When his aide, Roy Ruffin, was tape recording conversations back in 1990, Urlacher talked about destroying ledger books and using money for his own expenses. Urlacher has maintained that Ruffin stole all the money, and he felt the defense proved that during the trial.
We put the money in the man's pocket. We can't do much more than that, you know.
One of the last things he said before leaving in this van, there's still a chance for appeal, so this case is certainly not closed yet. Rebecca LeClaire, News Team 10.
And this afternoon, Mayor Tom Ryan said it's time to put the Urlacher controversy behind us. Ryan said there are now new procedures to prevent embezzlement from city departments. He said they include surprise blind audits in addition to those scheduled.
Hopefully, we can, as a community, put this episode behind us and start looking at some of the other problems facing the community.
And the man who took Urlacher's place in the police department, Chief Roy Irving, issued a statement. It says, the conviction of Gordon Urlacher brings to a close a painful chapter in the history of the Rochester Police Department. And Irving had praise for the 750 police employees who worked throughout all of this.
The question from many people tonight, what will happen to FBI informant Roy Ruffin?
Wendy Wright is standing by live at the federal building to answer that question. Wendy?
Well, Gabe and Janet, there are some people who believe that Gordon Urlacher should not have been the only person on trial here at federal court. They think that Roy Ruffin, the man who turned him into the FBI, should also be paying the price. But the FBI says that he, too, may also have his day in court. Roy Ruffin spent more time on the witness stand than Gordon Urlacher. During the 6 days of testimony and cross-examination, Ruffin admitted to stealing money from the safe in the chief's office. He said he took $3,100, but he later replaced that money. Will he be charged in that crime?
Roy Ruffin has been represented by an attorney, and we have to sit down with that attorney and discuss Roy Ruffin.
Prosecutor Brad Tyler says Ruffin will get no immunity.
Everything he said on the witness stand, both in direct and in cross-examination, could be used against him.
But Tyler admits that because Ruffin came forward, he will probably be treated differently, but he won't say how differently. It is something that angers Urlacher's family.
So what they're saying is my father was the bad guy here, and Roy Ruffin apparently is a good guy. He did nothing wrong, which obviously is not the case. So how this came about, I don't know, but To me, this would indicate that there's some dirty pool being played here.
Ruffin, as a matter of fact, is known for his game of pool. Winnings from tournaments came into question during the trial, along with his lifestyle. The defense trying to show he lived too lavishly for his earnings. FBI officials say they checked out every allegation made by Ruffin.
I took what Roy Ruffin told me as an allegation, and I made a firm decision to do the best I could to prove or disprove these allegations based on legally admissible evidence, and I felt that's what we did.
What does Ruffin think will happen to him? On the stand, he said, quote, "I expect to be charged with a felony. The FBI expects the same."
But I feel that he will be pleading to some type of a felony in the future. The decision will be left up to the U.S. Attorney's Office. Brad Tyler says that will be the next task that he will consider. As you heard, he will be contacting Roy Ruffin's attorney. And I know today, Janet, that you spoke with him.
That's right. I did talk to Roy King, who confirmed he's handling the legal matter. He said he preferred not to make a comment, though, at this point. Nightside reporter Wendy Wright, thank you. Well, another well-known figure from the area may also soon be spending time behind bars. News Team 10 has learned that real estate developer and accused drug user Neil Hirsch may have broken the terms of his bail. Hirsch has apparently failed another drug test. The probation department tests him twice a week for drug use after being indicted on federal drug conspiracy charges. We spoke with his attorney, John Speranza, a short time ago. He says Hirsch will be in federal court on Thursday to answer the charges. The judge may decide to keep him in custody until his trial.
In other news, an end to an era of irresponsibility. That's a promise tonight from Monroe County Executive Bob King. As Nightside reporter Lynette Adams tells us, King described a sea of red ink in tonight's State of the County address.
If we were to blindly follow the 1992 budget as adopted, we would face a combined deficit of $42 million by the end of this year.
County Executive Bob King painting a gloomy financial picture of Monroe County. King says the county is millions of dollars in the red, and he blames his predecessor, Tom Fry.
Mr. Fry failed to inform this legislature, the public, and me of our worsening condition. He chose to shield the truth from you and from all of us.
The county is in this shape, King says, because of 4 years of short-term borrowing. King says the record shows Fry borrowed a total of $164 million during his 4 years in office to keep the county running. King says if Fry's 1992 budget proposal had been adopted, the county would have had to borrow $100 million this year to meet expenses. Instead, King says he will start tightening the county's belt with the help of local business leaders. But county legislators have different views on how serious the budget deficit really is.
It's easy to cast certain opinions on the outgoing administration when a new administration is coming in. The next administration would say something different. So we don't know how much is fact or not.
You just don't automatically easily get rid of $42 million of problems. And any cut that you make is normally painful. The city school district is going through that right now.
Despite the bad news, King says he will end what he calls the era of irresponsibility. Lynette Adams, News Team 10.
Well, it's getting to feel almost like an early spring, but will it last? It's now 9 minutes past 11. Here's Keith with our first glance.
All right, we're going to go back into a slightly colder weather tune for tomorrow. We'll look for overcast skies when you wake up, and temperatures will be in the lower 30s. Large area of rain off to the south and east of us will stay just where it is, south and east of the Binghamton area. So we'll be high and dry, but it will be rather gloomy tomorrow morning.
Okey-doke.
Keith, President Bush is taking a shot at his main GOP opponent, and a new commercial will show it to you coming up.
And later, it is a Grammy night. Find out who the top winners are this year.
Guess who? I have big news for you. Something very handy. Watch this. Say you need to reach somebody. Their phone is busy. So are you. Press a few buttons and relax. It continuously redials that same number for up to 30 minutes. And when it rings, just pick it up and you're connected. Automatic redial from Rochester Tel. The whole family will love it.
Call Rochester Telephone today. Imagine if you could have the kitchen of your dreams. Chase Pitkin will make your dreams come true. Announcing the Chase Pitkin Dream Kitchen Sale and Sweepstakes. Save now on beautiful, versatile Armstrong Solarian flooring from 89 cents a square foot. Lightweight oak trimmed fluorescent fixtures, all styles and sizes, a big 25% off. Then enter to win our $20,000 custom-built dream kitchen. Keep on dreaming and start saving now, only at Chase Pitkin.
Okay, all kids want to go to McDonald's for dinner, right? Right. But parents don't think about eating dinner at McDonald's the way kids do. So for you parents, McDonald's has pasta dinners. Lots of spaghetti with delicious meatballs, fettuccine alfredo that's really creamy, and oven baked lasagna. There's even complete dinners starting at $3.99. So now that McDonald's has pasta dinners, smart parents will want to eat dinner here every night.
You're pure, you're natural, you one of a kind.
Ivory. It's so mild, more people baby their skin with it than any other soap.
You're my Ivory baby.
Now your Ivory baby could star in an Ivory soap commercial and win $50,000. Just send us a photo and an Ivory soap proof of purchase. Enter today because anybody can be an Ivory baby.
One more primary, one more winner.
And each time it seems to be a different name, doesn't it? Well, tonight in South Dakota, Bob Kerrey is declaring victory. The Democratic presidential candidate from neighboring Nebraska calls it a solid victory. Tom Harkin was also hoping for victory in South Dakota, but he did not do as well. President Bush is showing he's no wimp when it comes to campaigning against other candidates.
Pat Buchanan opposed Desert Storm. It was a disappointment to all military people.
This is the president's first negative commercial against opponent Patrick Buchanan. It features former Marine Commandant General Kelly knocking Buchanan for opposing Desert Storm. The ads will be aired mainly in Georgia.
A campaign issue that's sure to come up is the war on drugs. Tomorrow, President Bush will meet with 5 Latin American presidents for a drug summit. Congressional lawmakers say it's time for a new drug war strategy. They point to the increasing cocaine shipments here as proof that what we're doing now is not working. Another session of roundtable talks in Washington between U.S. and Mideast leaders. Peace talks resumed this morning, but Israel is declaring an impasse with the U.S. Prime Minister Shamir says Israel cannot accept an ultimatum given by Secretary of State James Baker. Baker says the U.S. will not give Israel loan guarantees until it stops building in occupied territories. And more about foreign policy and money. If China wants to keep its favored nation trade status with the U.S., it may have to pay more attention to human rights. Today, the Senate voted to put certain conditions on China in order to renew its current trade status. The Senate bill, which faces a promised veto by President Bush, says China must make substantial progress to improve human rights. This is a reaction to the crackdown on students in Tiananmen Square.
Stay with us. When we come back, Keith Eichner joins us again with the 5-day forecast.
Stay tuned for The Tonight Show with guest actress Marion Ross and twin actresses Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen on TV 10, Rochester's news leader.
Uncle Ben's rice in an instant isn't your typical time-saving rice. It's light, moist, and full of flavor. Just what you'd expect from Uncle Ben's, which proves that good things can come to those who don't wait. Uncle Ben's, it really does make a difference.
For years, they've been a growing problem. Their effects have been felt in the vacant parking lots of auto plants and other manufacturing facilities across America. But the problem didn't start there. It started when they began popping up in driveways all over America. The problem won't be solved with words or even anger. The real solution is actually quite simple. Drive an American car.
To your pounding headache, it doesn't matter whether you take CVS aspirin or Bayer. Both have the same active ingredients. Of course, CVS brand will save you $3.30. Why pay more? CVS. To the blood cells racing to your scraped knee, it doesn't matter whether you use CVS plastic strips or Band-Aid brand. Of course, CVS brand will save you 76 cents. Why pay more? CVS.
The last time you were shopping for a breakfast cereal, did you notice something missing? For the really big choice, shop Tops Friendly Markets. A bigger choice, a better choice. The last time you were shopping for a liquid dishwashing detergent, did you notice something missing? For the really big choice, shop Tops Friendly Markets. A bigger choice, a better choice.
A Texas man is happy to be back on dry land tonight. He and his van had to be rescued from a spot of high water, as you can see. He couldn't do much more than just sit and wait for firefighters to pull him to safety. That's scary.
There's that hovercraft or whatever they have there. Texas has been hard hit for the last few months. Awful.
I've always said rename it Lake Texas. This has just been the winter of their discontent, and when we had this El Nino event that's affecting this winter currently, back 8 years ago it was mostly Southern California that got whammed with mudslides. Now it seems to be mostly over Texas, and finally, they're beginning to dry out tonight. Let's go outside now and look at the numbers here, and we've dried out as well, as the rain and drizzle have now stopped for the time being, but we're not saying we may not see a little bit more in the way of some drizzle before the nighttime hours are over. Currently now it's at 34 degrees, relative humidity 92%, a falling barometer for now, and a westerly wind at 14 miles an hour. Live Rochester Doppler radar currently on the 50-mile range, showing very little of any precipitation going on. We have a low overcast currently below 1,000 feet above the ground, but it's not producing any significant precipitation, even though out to our west there have been reports of some scattered areas of drizzle, and that will probably be moving in and out as the nighttime hours wear on. Now, across the state, currently temperatures are slowly dropping back, but the main story is the extensive cloud cover, and as you get further east, also the areas of rain and freezing rain. For example, this freezing rain going on up now in the North Country over near Messina, and 39 degrees. In Albany, it's now changed over to regular rain at 33, but there's a fairly solid area of rain throughout much of the eastern, southeastern part of New York State, just south and east of Binghamton, and that's where it's primarily going to stay as a storm continues to move up along the Appalachian mountain chain. The high today, 45, overnight low this morning since midnight at 31 degrees. Putting the clouds into motion, a large mass of clouds, but the main story, as you can see, these higher clouds moving in, is a storm system that is now currently pulling out of the central Appalachians and is extending the solid cloud deck as far west as the Rochester area, but as far as the rain-producing clouds, they are extending from just south and east of Binghamton throughout much of eastern Pennsylvania, most if not all of New Jersey, Long Island, New York City, and throughout much of southern New England up through as far north as Massachusetts. One more look at the loop again shows that there will be some slight improvement in our weather tomorrow as drier air works its way in from the west and this storm over the middle Atlantic region begins to pull out to sea. As we look at the latest national weather map tonight, there's the storm system currently. It's over the southeastern states, and here's the cold front. As the cold front continues to move eastward, we'll see the storm over the southeastern U.S. continue to push north and eastward. These were 10 o'clock temperatures tonight, and as you can see, rather interesting here, it's only 41 degrees currently in the Dallas area. Their temperatures no higher than the mid-50s today. They were well below normal for this time of the year, while it's 22 degrees in Duluth. And some of this colder air will begin to work its way eastward here as we get into tomorrow and especially during Thursday. As we look at our map for tomorrow, we'll see another cold front approaching the area, and that'll be a reinforcing surge of cold air arriving here for tomorrow night into Thursday. Our forecast for tonight, overcast skies. We won't rule out the chance of a drizzle drop during the overnight hours, and by morning, overnight lows right near 32 degrees. Look for westerly wind. And then for tomorrow, we look for perhaps a few morning snowflakes. Otherwise, look for a mainly cloudy day with afternoon temperatures in the 30s, and tomorrow night it remains cloudy. The 5-day forecast shows we'll be in for a so-so period over the next few days. A little bit of limited sunshine here on Wednesday, then chance for some flurries here Thursday and Friday. Temperatures generally in the low to mid-30s, and Saturday and Sunday not too bad with some sunshine. Temperatures back up to near seasonable levels.
Well, you know, it didn't matter what the weather was like tonight because this was a big night, as we said earlier, for Rochester sports fans.
Certainly, Olympic gold medalist Kathy Turner had a homecoming party at the airport.
I never expected this. Holy cow. Thank you so much.
Dick Eyed Hyundai celebrates the final week of their $129 a month sales event with a WHEC-TV live remote broadcast this Thursday on TV 10.
It's the Drexel Heritage Winter Home Fashion Sale, celebrating the new arrival of Expeditions. Explore the possibilities of store-wide savings in every category. Elegant accents, timeless furniture. The Winter Home Fashion Sale is on now at Drexel Heritage, Winton Place, where you'll find distinctive home furnishings and professional interior design.
Opening night sponsors for Piano Lesson.
Presenting Country Club East in Penfield.
When building your new home, consider Country Club East by Sealer Homes. Visit the model home off Whalen Road, just west of Route 250. Compare for yourself. We think you'll agree. Country Club East is truly a superior investment.
How does your Toyota dealer stack up? Any deal they can make, we can make better.
Can we deliver? Yes, we can.
A lot of trucks.
Yes, we can.
Big savings.
Yes, we can.
Great deal.
Yes, we can.
Now's the time to get your best deal on the best-selling import truck with immediate delivery, special financing, and the year's biggest option package savings.
No.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. Say yes to the year's biggest deals.
Can we deliver?
See your Toyota dealer today and find out.
Yes, we can.
Veal Parmesan, one of the new Ultimate 200s from Weight Watchers.
Oh, what a big night.
She sure was surprised. Rochester's Golden Girl returned home from Albertville tonight. Kathy Turner was treated to an airport celebration, and Rick Hager was there.
Rochester was ready for a hero's welcome, a welcome unlike any other. The Hilton Band, and what seemed like all of Hilton, came to see the hometown gold medalist.
The airport manager told me that this is the biggest crowd they've ever had in this airport. Can't believe it.
And finally, the hero arrived.
Thank you so much. Now I really feel like I won a medal. No, 2 medals. I keep forgetting. I won 2 medals.
Kathy then made her way onto the podium in the main concourse, which was packed with adoring fans.
I've never seen a gold medal or a silver medal this close, and I got really close and took some great shots here.
Can you believe all the turnout here? I knew it would happen. She deserves it. It's great.
The support has just been wonderful. I just love you all, and I thank you so much. I can't believe this. I think this is still a dream. I'm not. It's got to be a dream. Thank you so much. I don't want it to end, though. This is great. Thank you.
So Rochester's Golden Girl and double medalist Kathy Turner has returned home tonight to a huge crowd here at the Rochester International Airport. Nearly 2 hours after her arrival, Kathy made her way out into a waiting limo. It all may have started to sink in with a hug from her brother. Then it was off to Hilton, where the hero's welcome continues tonight. For gold medalist Kathy Turner. Rick Hager, News Team 10 Sports.
Another Olympian returned to the city this afternoon. Amherst defenseman Greg Brown helped the U.S. hockey team go way beyond expectations.
Just to be able to represent your country in an Olympic event is something that everyone should have the opportunity to experience. And thankfully myself, I've had 2 chances now, and this one was as equal, if not better, than the last one. So, it was just a real positive time for me.
And Greg will return to the Amherst lineup Friday when they host New Haven. The Syracuse Orangemen, riding a 4-game losing streak, took on Boston College tonight at the Dome. Jim Boeheim's club had its problems in the first half. Bill Curley for BC with a rebound and the bucket as the Eagles took an 11-point halftime lead. Syracuse battled back behind Lawrence Moten and Mike Hopkins with a 16-5 second-half run. Hopkins for 2 of his 16 as SU pulled out a win. Conrad McRae with a block there. SU stopped the losing streak with a 76-70 victory. SU goes to Miami on Saturday. Connecticut has now lost 6 of its last 7. Pittsburgh beat the Huskies tonight. Also, Villanova with 20 from Greg Woodard down Miami 61-50. Also tonight, Dayton knocked off Notre Dame, and in the SUNYAC tourney, it was Cortland State over Geneseo State. It's tournament time in high school basketball, and our high school camera was out tonight. At Edison Tech, the Inventors took on Churchfield Chili. This is Greg Bodine with a jump shot in the first half, and 2 of his game-high 30 points. Edison Tech led all the way tonight. Marvin Phillips added 24. He got 2 of them off the feed from Bodine right here. And it was Edison over Churchfield Chili 89-57. Other games tonight, number 2 Wilson over Aquinas 62-56. Eastridge knocked off Batavia tonight. In overtime, Hilton beat Irondequoit. The last time these 2 clubs met, they went to 6 overtimes. David Roach had 26 as Mendon beat Spencerport. Marshall over Canandaigua 69-53. It was Victor over Brighton tonight. Also in Double C, North Rose Wolcott down Marcus Whitman. Livonia winner over Midlakes. And Wayland down Letchworth 58-37. It was Addison over Cuba Rushford tonight, and Byron Burgeon down Bath Haverling 69-55. In Double D, first round action, number 2 Campbell over Elba, 84-34. Number 3 Scio advanced, along with number 4 Jasper Troopsburg, and number 12 Mount Morris upset number 5 Geneva de Sales, 56-35. Scott Alston had 21 as Bolivar took Avoca. It was Ganando over Friendship, 92-60, and Todd Sweeney and Brian Miller had 15 each as Fillmore beat Belfast in overtime. In Triple D, Pavilion winner over Holly tonight. Also, Honeoye took Red Jacket, and it was Naples over Canastillo, 86-54, as Mike Chapman had 34. Abdullah Mali with 20 points and 18 rebounds as Wheatland Chili took Kendall tonight. Number 7 Dundee over Hammondsport, 84-54. York beat Harley Allendale Columbia, 68-53. The girls' tournament also got started tonight. Let's take you out to Gates Chili, and in the second half, Gates Chili will have the basketball.